Okay, so what I think I'm going to do, again, the purpose really of this, I just made it for more of a cute night light. And so what I want to do though to finish it off, nothing's going to distract from the illumination at night. I just wanted to finish it off. Again, doesn't have to be. You could keep it just the way you want. Hey guys, guess what we're doing today? I'm excited about this one. Okay, this is a Dollar Tree Halloween DIY. And what I did is I went and got four 3.5 by 5 frames, okay? Now, remember when we did our, oh, come on guys, vintage pictures. What I did is last night I went back in and on vellum, okay, now again, if you want to do this and you want the look that I'm trying to achieve, you're going to want to use vellum because the light can shine through this. See how you can see my fingers back here? You're not going to see that as easy on white paper. So I did this. Isn't that cute? I did that print just like I showed you, and if you missed it, I will put a card and a you know, at the end, I can't think now. I can't, a screenshot or whatever, but so you can go to the video that I did on how to print these out. I did her. I did the crow because I love the black crows. And I did this one with the little kitty and the baby and the pumpkin. All right, so what I did is I set my printer to print out at 5 by 7. I didn't want the 3 by 5 because I don't want this mat in there. It's not going to give you that much of a lit illusion, okay? Because I'm making this kind of like, if you will, it's going to be a luminary. It's going to be a night light. I mean, not for all night, but you know, to sit on a table and be able to illuminate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of the plastic off of these, and I'm going to take the white mat out. Now I'm not going to throw this mat away. I can use this mat in some way to decorate, to use for something else. And if you go to buy a mat, you're going to pay a couple bucks. Why do that? Save it, okay? So I'm going to get this out, and then we will glue these together. And I think I'm going to try to use just the hot glue. Now this isn't going to make it as sturdy, but for what I'm using it for, it's okay. If I was going to give this as a gift, I would use E6000 or the glue from Trader Joe's. Yeah, the glue from Trader Joe's. Not the glue from Trader Joe's. The God, what am I thinking? The glue from Dollar Tree. I would do it more permanent. So I'll get this ready and I'll bring you back. Okay guys, what I did is I went downstairs and I washed all the glass. And anyone that goes to Dollar Tree and buys their frames, you know their glass is extremely thin, so be very, very careful so you don't cut yourself. These have to be dried a little bit more. Okay, so you only want the glass part, right? Because if you put the backing, you're not going to have any illumination from the tea light. But to put and to be able to adhere the picture to when it stands up inside of here, you have to have something that's going to hold the glass in or it's going to fall backwards, right? So what I'm using is painter's tape, and I love painter's tape because it sticks and yet it's very easy to take apart. So So what you're going to do is you're going to cut, okay, here, you're going to cut strips, and you're going to fold it over and make, if you will, double-sided. So by folding this over, you've made double-sided tape. So you're going to put it into the corners here, just in the very corner, and you have to cut it thin enough so you're not going to see it through the glass. Okay, so I folded that over, and now I'm going to put it right, let me get it stuck there, and I want to make sure that blue doesn't show. Wish they had clear painter's tape. Anyway, to give you an idea, do you see where that's at? So I'm going to do that to all of these on all four. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the piece of glass that's cleaned down in there. Okay guys, what I've done so far, and I'll show you. I put the blue tape on the glass, and then I put the blue tape on top of the glass. So under the glass, on top of the glass. So those are all prepped now. All of them are done. Hold on, done message. So what I'm going to do now, and keep this part because you can stamp on these. Don't throw it away. You can do stuff with this. This is another fast DIY. I should have cut this a little bit bigger. Okay, so what I did is I just took my tape runner and I put it just on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just on each end and the corners and in the middle. Okay, so see how you can see my fingers at night when the tea light, when these are all glued together, you'll see how this works. Okay, so let's do the second one. This guy. And I'm cutting a little bit more than I need just to see. I'd rather than not have enough. So I'm going to move the blue tape because the tape runner works much better as far as putting the vellum. Now the blue tape works perfectly for the glass to be adhered in the corners to the frame. That works like a gem. See, it's on there. But I could still pull it off easy if I wanted. Alright, let's see how much I need to take off. Not much. Okay. I have some crows that I've had, but I want to get a couple more. They have some really cool ones at Michael's. But I will not pay the price. I'll wait till they go on sale. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Look how cute. Actually, I think I'll leave some of that. So I'm going to go ahead and do this to all of them like you just saw, and use my tape runner and then hit here, 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 and there. Not all the way down. Alright, and I will be back. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to, okay, I'm going to take the hot glue, put it right here. Make sure it's flush. And again, if you wanted it to stay, you know what I mean, really good, I would do hot glue and E6000. Okay guys, so I have it all glued together. Took a couple hits and misses. And as I was doing it, I thought, I gotta tell them not to ever do this, and I did it. You have to make sure that the glass part's out. Well, the last piece that I was putting on, I had it the wrong side, and I'm going, no, no! And I ripped it, and I ripped the whole frame off of the top. And I thought, ain't happening today, not on this dime. So I just put it back together. And the glue got over the outside of the frame, but I just took brown paint and went over it. So make sure all of your vellum is going inward. But here it is. Here's all four sides. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to embellish with some stuff, I don't know what yet. And then I'll put a tea light, and at night I'll put it on and show you how it looks. But in the meantime, I want to find what I want to put on the outside of this. Okay guys, I am done with putting the pictures up. And I'm not going to put them to where they're going to stay, so they kind of are a little bit not flush, and that's okay. It'll do what it needs to do for what I want it for. Okay? What we're going to do now is, it doesn't have a bottom, and I did that deliberately, but I want to make it more than just a quote-unquote night light. Now you could leave it at this point and just put a tea light. And when I say tea light, I don't mean one with a real flame. Okay guys, as you see, this is finished. And the vellum, I didn't adhere really tight, because if I want to take it out, I don't want to rip the vellum pieces. So they're in there, and they're going to serve their purpose for what I want it for. Went ahead, painted this piece of cardboard, because I want to make this more of a, instead of just like a, if you will, a illuminating light for the nighttime, I want it to have a topper as well. So I didn't want to just put things in here because it doesn't have a bottom, first of all. But secondly, because it's vellum, when the light is on, you'd start seeing these sticks and everything, and to me it just wouldn't look right. So what I'm doing is I'm painting this, and then I'm going to take my black tool, and I'm just going to poke it through this hole that I've made. And this is going to act as more of a, like a filler, if you will, on the bottom. So there's something there. Then I'm going to use a little bit more, because I'm not going to buy more tulle to do this. And tulle is so wide anyway that you really, you get a lot of bang for your buck with tulle. So now I'm going to put this one in and just keep making it fuller. And cutting it into pieces to do it. And then I can just scrunch it. And then maybe just with the glue gun, just glue little pieces so they stay if I need to. And then with this piece, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this one in half. And if you kind of think about what you're doing beforehand, it goes really quick. But sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, and I just kind of wing it until I like what I see. Okay, you see how that's filling up? So that's that. Now I want to see where I want to put this guy. And I did little holes for him too. And again, I don't want him all the way down because I don't want that stick showing down at the bottom. So I may have to I'm going to cut that off. Should have got my wire cutters, but that's okay. Okay, so I have him up there. Now we're going to put in another hole I made. And the reason, obviously, probably you already get it, the reason I got a cat is that most of the theme of all the sides are a cat except for the one, which is a crow. So that's why. All right, so let's get her set up here. I might have to put a little tool around her to kind of keep her up. Then I have a hole over here that I'm going to put a couple of these. When I get picks, I very rarely keep the pick intact. I usually always end up taking it out, like I'm doing now. And again, there is no rhyme or reason how I'm doing this. I'm just putting it in, and if I like it, I keep it. If not, I won't. That one I'm just going to lay in here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I was going to leave it brown, but I don't like it. So I am just going to hit this with some black acrylic paint. And I'm not too worried as far as being real precise. So if it kind of, you can see the brown through a little bit of the black, that's okay. I just want more of the black to be dominant, so the topper goes better. I'll go ahead and do this too. I like doing things this way as a rule because you just go with me when I change my mind on things instead of thinking about what I'm going to do and going and making the video after. That's just not the way I work. I just come on the camera, and when I think I want to do something, I start to show you, and if I change my mind on something, so be it. I change it with you with me. So that's just the way I roll. So when I'm done painting this black, I just want to get some of the black so it is more cohesive with the topper. And now here is the frame once it's been painted. And like I said, I didn't do, a great job on it. I just wanted the majority of it to match the top. But I'm glad you saw the brown against the black. It just didn't look good. So if you're going to go to the trouble of making something, obviously you want it to look good, but look at this guy. Would you look at him? Here's the other side. And this is with vellum and with the Googling prints like I showed you for the 4th of July. And then here's the crow. And then the back of it. Once again, we're starting our Halloween DIYs. So until we get together again, remember the world's a better place because you're in it. And Ella's saying hi. Okay. Okay, guys. Talk to you soon.